Alright, and I set up all the midweek stuff. Are you just gonna start my computer?
Yeah, 1 second.
Alright. Josh is pretty.
Yeah, she should be good now.
I didn't even tie a knot on him. I just put a rope around him. Alright, so you ready to go film?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Alright. Kids, man. It's such a big boost.
I know.
Seriously, midweek, the production value was.
Hannah's not suck.
Get out. No, I got it. I can do it myself.
This isn't time for ego, Josh. We have to save midweek.
How did that come off so easy? Okay.
Cause I'm strong.
We gotta get him. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to Midweek Live, week 13.
I cannot believe it's been 13 weeks.
I know, for real.
Really feel like...
I honestly can't, but we're back again.
Hannah and Caleb.
Oh my goodness! One, two, three. Come on, you can. Oh, I know. Okay, I'll get Caleb's side. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can do it. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Up the stairs, up the stairs. You got it. You're good. Okay, here we go. Yep. Oh, listen. Y'all never mess with us again.
Oh, sorry, Hannah.
Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Going up. Almost there. Here we go. Yeah. All right. This is the last time y'all are gonna mess with us.
See ya,
1, 2, 3.
See ya, suckers.
My leg. My leg.
How did this happen? Caleb! I thought you were watching them!
I locked the door. I know Josh couldn't have got out by himself. Not strong enough.
I tied Avery's knot perfectly!
Oh my goodness. It's the Midweek Live Show. Featuring your middle school minister, Avery Huff. Hannah Garza. Caleb Hatchett. And your high school minister, Josh Hardcastle. Welcome everybody to Midweek Live! Woo, 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 woo. That's crazy. Alright, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We are on week 13, Avery. 13 weeks. Wait, we actually have somebody in the audience here tonight.
Live
kind of weird.
studio audience.
Yes, ma'am, what is your question?
I'm Hannah with HCC channel, Hannah Caleb channel. Are you familiar? I'm sure you are.
TLC.
No, HCC. It's a thing, yeah.
That's
It's
not
up and coming. Anyway, hey, I have a quick question. I have been hearing and seeing some stuff in the past few weeks about you, specifically Josh. Should we be concerned with your obsession with The Rock?
I'm going to speak to that very frankly. No.
Okay. Okay.
The Rock and I are pretty good friends. We have known each other for a while.
Does he ever talk to you, or?
Well, right now it's kind of a one-way relationship, but we're working on that.
Okay.
But
you guys have talked about that.
Yeah. He is very much willing to work on his part.
Okay,
So,
well.
but it's getting better.
Sure.
So
Well,
thank you for your concern, though.
Of course.
We appreciate that.
HCC, tune in.
Yeah, so that can be a real thing. Anyways, we've got a great show for you guys tonight. We're really excited. We've got a good student spotlight. Now that she says that, it's Hannah and Caleb, but we're going to see them later on for the devotional time. We're starting a new series tonight, and we're really excited that they're going to get to introduce that. And before we go, it seems like we have one more person sitting in the audience with us. This is so strange. This never happens. Sir, is there anything we can do for you while you're here?
Well, here's the thing. I'm Caleb, the other part of the Hannah Caleb channel.
Still not clear.
It is a thing. Do you want to know the statistics that we have on our network?
Please.
We have 2 million monthly viewers.
Wow.
Yes, and that's just in Europe and Asia. We are not even including the North American continent, okay? So I'm looking at some other stats. It says, Josh, is this true? I need to know. Your bench max is only 110 pounds.
Fake news. It's not.
That's fake news.
It's not. No,
Okay.
it is 125.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's how much both of my arms weigh together.
That's more believable than that's less believable than a Hannah Caleb channel. Avery.
Yes.
I'm looking right now at the camera. I can't even see you on there. So what are your thoughts on that? How was the Shire growing up? Was that an interesting experience for you?
The Shire?
Yes, the Hobbiton, with all of the little other hobbits running around. Was it an interesting transition into wearing shoes?
For fun fact, these shoes are from the kids section and they're Velcro. That's how I feel.
That did not answer my question. But we will be seeing more of you guys, hopefully, and you'll be seeing more of us.
What does that mean?
Caleb from the Hannah Caleb channel.
You okay?
Caleb, are you okay?
No. That was great.
So before we move forward, we just have to let everyone know the reporters that were here earlier are actually real, which is it's kind of hard to swallow. Josh and I did our research, and the HCC channel is real. We decided to do an investigation on it. We found it on cable. There's a pilot episode out.
We watched it.
We watched it.
It's something.
And it's something because they've been filming our office behind our backs.
Without our permission.
Without our consent. This
did not sign
reality TV
anything.
show is happening and going live. And so before y'all find it and it gets awkward, we just decided we would share the pilot episode of Life at So Hills. So take a look.
Hey, Avery, you got a second?
Yeah.
I was just wondering, I feel like we haven't hung out in a second. I was just wondering if you wanted to grab lunch today.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you want to go?
Chipotle.
Yes.
Okay.
Love Chipotle.
We do.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come back in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Rest to go. Cool.
Sounds good.
See you then.
Hannah's just being so sweet lately. I'm so glad that she asked me to lunch. I mean, we're just becoming such good friends through this internship that she's doing, and I'm so excited to just have intentional time with her.
Hey, Avery.
What's
I
up?
was just talking, I really like the group dynamic we have going as just a whole ministry team. And I have a gift card to Chick-fil-A. I was going to go and, buy us all lunch
That's so sweet
for
of you.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I know. So I was just seeing, if you, Josh, and, Hannah all wanted to go.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. So, I'll be back in, 15 minutes or so,
Okay.
maybe, and then we can go and grab Chick-fil-A.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds like a good plan?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, I'll just be
That's
back.
so sweet of you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Chick-fil-A came out of nowhere and I don't know what to do. I can't. I know you're filming me. I need a friend to talk to. I've not been in this bad of a spot in so long. I'm just gonna have to tell I'm gonna have to tell both of them. What?
Hey,
Hey,
Avery, you ready for Chick-fil-A?
Guys, come in. Actually, take a seat.
Everything all right?
Are you
This
okay?
might be hard to hear. Let me.
What's
Okay.
going on?
I told you I'd get Chick-fil-A with you, and
I don't know. I guess I'm just sad. I mean, I went in there taking a lot of confidence to ask Avery to go to lunch with me. You know, I thought we were having this new friendship. But apparently she doesn't even care because she's talking about Chick-fil-A with Caleb. Whatever.
I told you I got Chipotle with you, and I promised 2 lunch plans that I can't go through with. And so I'm sorry, I haven't messed up like this in so long. I just wanted to please both interns, and I just...
Chipotle? I mean, really, who does Hannah think she is? I mean, I'm just trying to team build here, offer free lunch for everyone, and she just comes in here with Chipotle.
But Avery,
I let you both down.
who asked you first?
Who was gonna buy lunch for everyone? I was gonna buy you lunch too, and Josh over here. I was gonna buy lunch for everyone. I was being so
This
nice.
is all my fault.
I was being nice by asking my friend. We're really becoming
Where
friends.
were we all gonna go, anyways?
I have the church card though. I can the discipleship. This is, we can mend this, right?
Yeah, so you know we're gonna go to Chipotle.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had Chipotle in a while, but I mean,
Well, you can just
I bet,
come with us.
I bet I could, yeah. Could I?
Yeah, of course, Caleb.
Really?
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, we could just grab dessert or something after.
I'm so sorry about
Thank you
earlier.
guys. No, seriously, thank you.
Yeah. Let's go to Chipotle.
Let's go to Chipotle.
Let's just leave
Without
that
Josh,
out.
yeah.
I'm so glad that worked
Oh
out.
my goodness, wow. Thank you again, Avery. Cheers.
Just get some
Next week on Life in the Hills. Was the fact that we were all here together without Josh.
No.
We just spontaneously got lunch.
Yeah. Well, didn't I ask if we could go to Chipotle earlier? I don't
Well,
remember
there was
that.
a whole mix-up with stuff.
Yeah, Caleb wanted Chick-fil-A, so...
Yeah. So we were gonna go to Chick-fil-A.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get lunch real quick.
Okay.
Bye, Josh.
Oh my god.
Well, that was something.
I'm embarrassed, and I have to apologize about lunch.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyways, there's a lot more on that channel, so we'll keep you guys updated. I feel like we should probably binge some of the episodes, especially if we're in it, just to make sure, there's nothing too crazy in there. But yeah, we'll let y'all know how it goes, and maybe you can watch it on your own. I don't know. We'll see. But Caleb and Hannah, the original Caleb and Hannah, not the Caleb and Hannah channel.
Very,
and
very
Hannah.
important distinguishment.
Anyways, so yeah, Hannah and Caleb are starting a new series tonight for our devotional, and so we're really excited to hear some of the things that they're going to be sharing with us. They've got some really great content and application. It's not just them talking, it's them sharing some ways that you can grow in your faith. So check this conversation out.
Far over the misty mountains go. I sang that earlier, but then Josh's phone stopped recording. So I won't sing it all again because Hannah gets mad at me. Hannah, could you maybe turn your ringer
sorry.
off, please? I'm trying to record.
I'll tell you after.
It's really unprofessional. Anyways, are you ready to start?
Yeah. That was just so weird. Just keep going. We're ready.
We're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Midweek Live. Last week, we wrapped up our series, Kingdom Justice. It was a really good series. If you missed it, I'd encourage you to go back on YouTube, follow us, subscribe, and also you can go back and watch all of the midweeks that you've missed. This week and over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about spiritual rhythms, spiritual disciplines. And so the series is going to be called Rhythms. And this week we're going to be talking about solitude and silence, rest, and that kind of deal. And so Hannah, take it away.
Well, while we're at it, we should ask them, what is the word for you have blank? Like, you remember how you couldn't think of the word yesterday? Okay, just forget it. Okay.
No, wait.
You couldn't think of the word, and I really think it's rhythm, but you couldn't think of...
Oh.
I just wanted to know if anyone would.
Yeah, you can keep a beat.
I think it's just rhythm. He was trying to figure out, like, what does it mean if you, like, oh, you can't keep a
beat.
Rhythm.
A beat.
Either way, we're going to be talking about silence and solitude today, like Caleb was saying, to kick off our series on rhythms. And before we start, or while we start that, we're just going to look at a passage of a time that Jesus sought out this kind of silence and solitude that we're going to be discussing today. Because obviously we see a picture of Jesus doing it. That means it's pretty important for us to do. And there are so many examples of Jesus specifically seeking this silence and solitude. And so today we're going to choose one example from Luke of the many, 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 many examples of him doing this. And so we'll be in Luke 5, verses 12 through 16, and I'll just read that real quick for us. While he was in one of the cities, there came a man full of leprosy. And when he saw Jesus, he fell on his face and begged him, "Lord, if you will, you can make me clean." And Jesus stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, "I will, be clean." And immediately the leprosy left him, and he charged him to tell no one, but go and show yourself to the priest and make an offering for your cleansing, as Moses commanded, for a proof to them. But now even more the reporter about him went abroad, and great crowds gathered to hear him and to be healed of their infirmities. But he would withdraw to desolate places and pray. And so it's really interesting as we look at that passage, if we look at all the things Jesus was described as doing in that passage, going from different cities, healing, being approached by a bunch of people, sending out the person that he just healed. The first thing that scripture says that he does is he goes to a desolate place by himself and he prays. And so that's kind of the silence and solitude that we're talking about today, is going to desolate places to pray and to recognize the things that God is doing, the ways that God is working, and then also just internal things, taking care of our soul, taking care of what's inside of us, and kind of looking at that, which Caleb will touch on a little bit more in just a second. But we just wanted to show you guys a really clear and important example of a time that Jesus does this, and that it should serve as an example for the kind of silence and solitude that we're going to be talking about today.
Mm-hmm. And, whenever you hear silence and solitude, we're not telling you, to go out into Arizona, into the middle of the desert.
Unless you want to.
Unless you feel called to do that, you can. But I think just kind of the key is, and for me, Jesus, it's busyness. It's like... Hectic, that's the word. I apparently can't come up with words this week. But just kind of hectic and rushed, and he has so much going on, and that's whenever he draws away to kind of slow down. And I think that's one of the big keys, at least for me, of silence and solitude, is the ability to just stop. And especially in today's world, whenever we're surrounded by noise, whenever we're surrounded by just busyness and the culture that we have to go from one thing to the next, and then there's never time to just stop and slow down. And we fill time with, even whenever we have free time, with other things. And so our challenge this week is to find time, to make time that's intentional silence and solitude, where you can stop and slow down, where you can retreat. And by desolate places, just, by yourself. It can be in your room, in a closet. You can go up to the attic. no one has basements in Texas, but you could dig one, go there. Just like anywhere where you're by yourself and just kind of sit. And like I said, we're surrounded by noise. And so just in silence, nothing going on. And it's going to be hard. When I first did this, I kept looking at my watch and was like, it's been like 30 minutes, and it was like 2 minutes. It's hard and it's going to be uncomfortable, but I encourage you to just push past that. And the heart of it is just the ability to look inward, to at yourself or make yourself readily available to hear what God is trying to say to you or see how God is working in your lives. And so I'm going to share with you some quotes of some different authors, some different books. If you want to do any reading, like The Way of the Heart is good. He has 2 chapters covering this topic. And also John Weiss, my man, in his book Me Too, has some quotes as well. So he says, awareness increases as hurry decreases. So many of us are hurrying through life at 400 miles an hour, and we can't enjoy our relationships or our jobs or anything else for that matter because it's just too fast, too hectic. It's kind of like I said, we're just going from one thing to the next and we don't know how to slow down. And so I think it's important just to even have the ability to slow down, know how to stop. And he also goes on and says that the truth is, as much as we complain about it, we are drawn to hurry. It makes us feel important. It keeps the adrenaline pumping. It means we don't have to look too closely at the heart of life. It keeps us from feeling our loneliness. And that one gets me because, I like to hear myself talk. And I just am so distracted all the time, and I hate dealing with emotions. And so the ability just to sit down and deal with all of that has never been a thing for me. And so forcing myself to do that and just kind of being able to really look at the heart of life, slow down, and make yourself available to hear and to see, and deal with those emotions that we try so hard to push away, it helps a lot. And it's something that I've been doing the past few months, and it's crazy because it gives you insight on yourself, it gives you insight on the world, and it also gives you insight on how much we need God. And we do. And that leads us into my next quote, which is, so slow down so the rest of us can help you. Slow down so God can heal you. And part of silence and solitude is making yourself available for God to come in and heal you. Because if you're going busy and not seeing how God is working in your life, not seeing God trying to enter your life, and not making yourself available for him to heal you, then he can't. And so I think that's part of it, and that's, I think, where Hannah's going to keep talking about, of just kind of seeing God throughout solitude and silence.
Yeah, so Caleb talked a lot about the kind of inward reflection that silence and solitude brings, and that's so important and such a vital part of the practice. But another thing that I think is pretty important about it is the outward experience that we get also. So Caleb talked about reflecting and being introspective and just looking inwards about what we're feeling, what we're thinking, what we're processing, all of those things. But also I think a vital piece of it is also looking at the outward things, at the way that God is present with us. We watched a video of this woman talking about silence and solitude right before we were getting ready for this video. It was a really great video. You should go watch it.
She's the best.
But she was talking about the way that even our breath is an example of the way that God is present with us, and how each breath that we take, each breath that we inhale and exhale, is another example for us to see, view, reflect on, and look at the way that God is both present and providing for us. And so things like that, like our breathing, like our ability to walk, like just all of the things around us that we see that seem mundane in the moment, silence and solitude is such a good time that invites us into looking at even those things and seeing the way that God is present with us in them. And then we think, as that continues, as we practice more of it, it's easier for us to think in our everyday lives, like this breath is grace, and my ability to walk through the door right now is grace. And so that's a super important part of it as well. And Caleb and I are going to be practicing that this week and have been practicing that this week. And so we would just invite each of you to do that with us also. That can look like going on a walk by yourself with no music, or that can look like spending 5 minutes in your room by yourself without your phone, or whatever that looks like for you. We would invite you to do that this week. And we would love to talk about it and do it with you. So
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the key of it is, start with what you're comfortable with. Start with, if it's just 2 minutes, that's all you can do, that's great. Whatever you can do is great. But I think the goal is eventually to get where you're uncomfortable. Keep pushing past to where you just are like, oh my goodness, how long do I have to keep doing it? And keep going, keep pushing past that. Push outside your boundaries, outside your comfort zones. So that's what we encourage you to do. And like Anna said, we're going to be doing it. So it gives us something common to talk about. So y'all should do it too. So that way we can, sit in a circle and talk about it. Anyways, hope to see you guys this week and throughout the next few weeks. Hannah and I are hopefully going to have some events where we can get opportunities to see and hang out with you guys. And so hope to see y'all at those events when we plan them. So
for sure.
Now it's over to Josh and Avery.
I'm so glad Hannah and Caleb took a break from their alter ego channel and actually spit some good Jesus content with the new series called Rhythm. With soul care. So I'm really glad we're going to be focusing on soul care because it really is important, especially when we have a lot more time in the summer to focus on ourselves and what we need to be healthy. So now we're going to move into student spotlight. And last week we got to spotlight the middle school girls paint party. This past week, on Friday, the middle school boys got together at Victor's mom's house and got to have a pool party, and they made some really big splashes and did some really cool flips. And so let's highlight that right now.
heard that there was a pig also at the party.
Yes.
That probably would have been a fun thing to hang
She
out
was
with.
the highlight.
I can imagine. So we've got some stuff coming up now that we're kind of getting into a rhythm of what summer is going to look like. On July 8th, it's a Wednesday night, our incoming 9th graders and 10th graders, you guys are going to have a pool party at the Goots house from 6 to 8. So make sure you put that on your calendar. That is July 8th, and that's for incoming 9th and 10th graders.
Also, please put on your calendar summer camp this year. The theme is starting now, and it is July 13th through the 15th here at Southern Hills. Seriously, you do not want to miss it.
That's right. And this Sunday, speaking of not wanting to miss something, we're having church again here live at our physical location We got to see a ton of people last week, and we were really excited to see everybody. And so bring your mask, bring your energy, and get ready for another week of worship. It's going to be awesome. So that's all we have for y'all this week. We'll see y'all next week. All right, that was a good one this week.
I'm so glad I have this crate to make me look like an adult.
Yes, we should start planning for next week. What do you think we should do?
I'm not sure. I feel like week 14 needs to be special.
Oh, sorry, my bad. You guys okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
my recovery rate's really high, so
Oh, is it?
you quit the bill.
Let's figure out who should really be hosting Midweek.
Oh, we're
That's
gonna figure
right.
out.
We're gonna settle this right now. Me and Avery's box. Me and Avery.
How are we gonna solve it, huh? What's the only way to solve it?
The only way we know how.
Okay.
Dance off!